Hey everyone, it's James. It's August 3rd, about 5:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is the 4-hour chart of Bitcoin, BTC, USD on the Bitfinex exchange. So the video is not investment advice. It's done for educational purposes only. You're going to see a bunch of lines on the screen. And I'm going to explain everything to you real quick. I'll go over the numbers as well. One of the things I want to talk about first, though, is that if you've been watching my videos, you've been around for a while. I know a lot of my subs watch the videos consistently, so thank you for your time and support. But one thing I want to talk about again is just the fact that when I talked in the past, I talked about the bubble top, the implosion of that, the runs to the upside were getting smaller and smaller, basically a series of smaller humps. I thought this one would also become a smaller hump, and it looks like so far it's panning out to be. If Bitcoin cannot clearly get above and stay above about 82 to 8,300 across the board on all exchanges, somewhere within that range, then we are going to stair step downward. So I've said this in my prior videos that I was a short-term bull, longer-term bear. This is what I meant. We can see that we had a very poor reactive move. Like here's the original run, the reactive move, fell short, collapse. The original run, the reactive move showed strength and then collapsed. The original run, the reactive move, the collapse. The only thing that's going to negate me feeling bearish about Bitcoin at this moment and for the next almost month and a half is if Bitcoin is able to break above and hold trading this zone with conviction. So if not, and we fail, right, and we fail to even pop back above almost 7,700, I think that we are going to continue to stair step downward. Now, the lines depict the moves. Look at how steep the moves were here. Now look at them here. Now look at them here. Everything is flattening in this market. Time is the biggest element here. I've talked about that in my prior videos. I said time will be the element that a large portion of this market completely misses. They do not want to pay attention to it. It does not sell. It does not, get them hyped up to jump in this market. But we are clearly in a seller's market. We are also clearly on the backside of a bubble, which means the stage of normalization, which means time. Everything is getting elongated. After we kind of spiral down and spiral lower and lower and lower, from there, we could make a big move up or a big move down, given we hold this area. So I would say that we could still have a nice consolidation over the next maybe month or two going into October. If we continue to follow this slope or something very similar to it, we could possibly reach a bottom area somewhere mid-September, late September, depending on how price falls, right? There's so many different elements. I do not want to get into the future. I'm not a fortune teller. I do not have a crystal ball. But if I was to project and make an assumption, which hopefully I don't become the the first three letters, then I would assume that we would somewhere fall at that bottom into the September timeframe. And then from there, maybe we produce a rally, maybe not, maybe we collapse through. If we do collapse through, it would have to be through the 5,400 area on these exchanges. If that area gives out, there's no major support level to about the 4,000 level. So that would obviously be a huge crushing blow to the Bitcoin market as well as the alts, on top of that. So there's a lot of red flags in this market. Not only the lack of volume, the lack of follow through here that we've seen in Bitcoin. Remember in my prior videos, I talked about the volume that was coming in and going out, coming in and going out. Saw it here, we saw it here, we saw it here. We started seeing it as we ran up. Again, that volume was just getting recycled and recycled and recycled. I said there's a big warning flag. On top of that, Bitcoin made this nice run. So did the alts. Bitcoin consolidated. The alts fell off a cliff and have nearly given back almost all of their gains. Giant red flags everywhere. So again, there's so many red flags. Not only that, but on top of all that, the mainstream media got hyped up yet once again. People all over social media as well, hyped up as that was it, going to the moon. 5750 was the final bottom, and that was it. You know, so a lot of red flags across the board, and that's why I kept reiterating that I'm short-term bullish, long-term bearish, and here we are again. So if we cannot break above 82 to 8,300, I'm going to pretty much, at least from my perspective, guarantee that this market is going to continue to drift lower. And then the real question is, do we break below 5750 or not? And if we do break below 5750, I think smashing through the 5,000 zone is probably going to be rather easy, as this would be the third iteration, right? So the pig's lipstick was red here, it was purple here, it was blue here. By the time the pig tries to rally again, everyone's going to get ready to throw it off a cliff because they're going to be so fed up with the blatant manipulation here. So that's my analysis for tonight. That's pretty much it. I got to see how things pan out. If at the end of the day, I am still bearish on Bitcoin. Not that I think it's the demise of the market. Not that I think the market's going to go to zero or anything like that. It's just that time element is going to stretch things out. The moves to the upside are going to get smaller. The moves to the downside are going to be longer. And it will not be... it's going to wear a lot of people out. And I think that's where we're at. I think we're in a stage of wearing the traders out who believe it's guaranteed money and they're going to become billionaires overnight. This market is pulling the strings, manipulating those emotions, and doing it to the T every single time. And until those traders are completely beat out, which comprises, I think, of a large portion of traders in this market who think they're automatically just going to get wealthy by holding this or some crazy altcoin like the Dogecoin or Tron or whatever. I mean, Tron's not too bad, but anyways, you get what I'm saying. Like just some random like grandma's altcoin, and they think it's guaranteed billionaire status. They're already picking their Lamborghinis and their yachts and their vacation homes out. So this market, I believe, is going to deliver these runs to play on those emotions and then just slaughter those traders time and time and time again until they are beat out. And I do believe at the end of the day, if Bitcoin is going to rise above 20,000, and further, very few people are going to participate in that run. It will be the house that participates, and that's about it. Everyone else will topple in toward the mid, toward the end, and that's it, because they are going to beat people out of this as best as they possibly can. So it's going to get tough, and I think it's only going to get tougher, especially once we get closer and closer to that horizontal plane. Now that energy is going to accumulate and it will be expended either way, but until then, I think we're going to see the same manipulation over and over again in this market. So longer term, I'm bearish as of now, unless we can break above 82 to 8,300. And long term, I only mean a month, maybe more. That's it. That's long term for Bitcoin. Short term's like a week or two. But anyways, so that's the analysis. If you guys like the videos, the analysis, please like, comment, subscribe, follow. I thank you for your time. I thank you for your support. If you want to learn more about my subscription service, you can head over to geometriccharts.com and read about it. Also at the bottom, there are the links to the Slack channel and the social media channels as well too. And again, I hope you have a great weekend. I'll produce another video on Monday. And thank you for your time. Thank you for your support. Have a great day or a great night.